All right, ready to dive into Mannheim Academy. We're talking Golden Eagles today, and let me tell you, their house is anything but predictable.
Yeah, at Mannheim, these houses, they're more than just dorms. They're like mini societies, little worlds unto themselves.
Designed to help students grow, yeah, and encourage some friendly competition, too.
Yeah, definitely. And they really highlight the different ways we all learn, embrace that diversity. And with the Golden Eagles, well, they're a pretty big presence on campus.
Oh, yeah. How many are we talking?
I think it's around 9,000 students, roughly 30% of the entire academy.
Wow, that's a lot of Golden Eagles. So, who exactly are these students? What makes them tick?
Well, think about it this way. Creative, adventurous, bold, that's a Golden Eagle.
The Trailblazers.
Exactly. They value authenticity. That's their core. They'd rather make their own path than follow tradition.
So I bet they're the ones really pushing the boundaries of magic, huh?
You could say that. It's more than just being a free spirit, though.
Yeah, what are those core values, the ones that really define a Golden Eagle?
Well, creativity, for sure,
Yeah.
and innovation. They're all about living in the moment and embracing spontaneity.
And not afraid to be different.
Oh, absolutely. They stand out.
Yeah.
Their motto actually says it all. Follow your heart.
I love that. So simple, but so powerful. So what does this actually look like at Mannheim?
I mean, in everyday life.
Yeah, like what's the average Golden Eagle student like?
Okay, so picture this.
Yeah.
They've got a style all their own. Might be a little eccentric.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
They're the first to try something new.
Yeah.
Take risks. Not afraid to dive in.
Not overthinkers then.
Not really.
Yeah.
And what motivates them is not about awards or fitting in.
Right.
It's just this pure, infectious excitement.
Sounds refreshing. It reminds me of some famous Golden Eagle alumni.
Oh, yeah.
Like Evelyn Ono, right? Her music, it just makes you feel brave.
Right. And then there's Earl Baumgartner. Makes those amazing magical tools. Super practical stuff, but so innovative.
Oh, and Beverly by Banshee.
Can't forget her.
Completely revolutionized storytelling.
Truly immersive experiences. Yeah.
I mean, you can literally step into her stories.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Makes you wonder, is there a connection, between these famous alumni and the average Golden Eagle student?
I think so. It's like that independent, innovative spirit, it's in their DNA. And it leads to some pretty amazing things.
It really does. But I'm guessing all this creativity and boundary pushing, it's not always easy, right?
Well, you know what they say? Every strength has its flip side.
Yeah, there's got to be some challenges that come with all that free-flowing energy.
Definitely. Like, think about it. All that creative thinking can sometimes lead to, well, a little less structure.
Maybe some unfinished projects lying around.
Maybe a few, yeah. And that constant need for something new. It can make routine a bit of a challenge.
So follow-through isn't always their strong suit.
Not always. It's like a paradox, Their biggest strength can also be a bit of a weakness.
Fascinating. So how does this all play out at Mannheim? How do these strengths and weaknesses affect how they interact with the other houses, especially those with completely different approaches?
Right. Well, let's think about the Azure Bears, for example. Very structured, very methodical.
Oh, that's a clash of styles for sure.
Yeah.
The free-flowing Eagles and the methodical Bears. What happens when those two worlds collide?
It's a constant push and pull. Sometimes the Bears can provide the structure. The Eagles bring that out-of-the-box thinking.
So it can be a good thing.
It can. But sometimes it leads to, a few disagreements.
Oil and water, huh? But every now and then, maybe they create something amazing together.
It happens. Now, with the Crimson Tigers, that's a whole different story.
Oh, yeah, the Crimson Tigers. Super competitive, always striving for achievement. Sounds like a recipe for a rivalry.
It is. The Tigers, they want dominance. The Golden Eagles, they're all about innovation.
So they clash.
They clash. You see it everywhere.
Yep.
Festival competitions, academic debates.
So we've got tension with the Bears, rivalry with the Tigers. Are there any houses the Golden Eagles actually get along with?
Well, the Verdant Deer, they share that value of individuality and, expressing your emotions.
Oh, that's interesting.
But even then, there can be friction. The Deer are much more serious, introspective.
Right. So even their closest allies bring some challenges. Sounds like navigating the social scene at Mannheim is just as tricky as mastering any spell.
It's all part of the experience. But, we can't talk about the Golden Eagles without talking about their head professor.
Professor Calvin Flavio, right. I've heard some stories. He's quite a character.
Oh, he is. Picture this. Big smile, relaxed, and dressed in the most mismatched, colorful clothes you've ever seen.
Sounds like he embodies that Golden Eagle spirit.
He does, 100%.
So his teaching style, I bet it's pretty unique.
Very unique. He's all about encouraging his students to follow their own passions, find their own path, forget the rigid curriculum.
No traditional exams.
Not a chance. Think more like performance art, scavenger hunts, that kind of thing.
Hold on, performance art instead of exams. That's pretty radical, even for Mannheim.
Oh, for sure. Some of the other professors, they raise an eyebrow or two. But Professor Flavio, he's not bothered. He's focused on nurturing that individual spark in each student.
Sees potential where others might see chaos.
Exactly. And you know what? His methods, they work. They really work.
I bet. Speaking of unique, what about those storytelling nights he's famous for? The ones in the Golden Eagles common room.
Oh, those are special. He believes in the power of stories, encourages his students to share their experiences, dreams, everything.
Sounds like more than just casual gatherings.
They are. It's a space for vulnerability, for inspiration, laughter, tears, the whole spectrum.
Sounds magical.
It is. It's like a lesson in embracing the unexpected, finding the magic in the everyday.
I wish I had a professor like that. So let's talk traditions. First up, the Sky Festival. This is a big one for the Golden Eagles, right?
Huge. It's a celebration of, well, everything they stand for. Creativity, individuality. Picture it. The sky filled with these incredible kites, each one unique.
Okay, I'm picturing it. What else?
Murals, music, poetry, everywhere. It's a feast for the senses,
Sounds incredible. But it's not all art and self-expression, is it? What about the feather scavenger hunt? That's a Mannheim-wide tradition, but I hear the Golden Eagles really go all out.
They do. It's a test of, well, everything. Ingenuity, courage, you name it. They have to solve riddles, decipher clues, all that.
So it's more than just a game.
Oh, much more. It's like a taste of the real world, all the challenges that are waiting for them out there.
A crash course in problem solving and thinking on your feet. Okay, so we've got the Sky Festival, the Feather Scavenger Hunt, and of course, the Day of Individuality. What makes this day so special, even in a place as unique as Mannheim?
On that day, the Golden Eagles, they really let loose. No uniforms, no expectations. It's all about expressing yourself.
So what, they dress up?
Dress up. It's more like a transformation. You wouldn't believe the outfits, the hair, the makeup.
Sounds like a fashion show and a costume party all rolled into one.
Pretty much. And it all ends with a bonfire. Everyone sharing stories about, being themselves.
A celebration of authenticity. I love it. Okay, so we've covered personality, values, traditions, even their amazing head professor. But what about their visual identity, their colors, their mascot?
You mean the eagle?
Yeah, the eagle. Gold, black, and white. What do those choices say about the Golden Eagles?
Well, the eagle itself is a powerful symbol, right? Freedom, power, vision.
Makes sense. And the colors?
Gold is warmth, positivity.
Yeah.
And creativity, of course. The black and white, they provide balance.
It's a striking combination. And speaking of visuals, let's talk about their common room. It's more than just a place to hang out, right?
Right. It's an expression of who they are, designed to, nurture their creativity.
So what's it like to step inside?
Imagine a big open space, lots of natural light, big windows that make you feel connected to the outdoors.
And the colors?
Yellow and gold, mostly. Creates a sense of warmth, creative energy. But it's not overwhelming,
Okay, so it's bright and airy, but what about the furniture?
Comfortable but bold. Big sofas, armchairs, lots of throw pillows, and plants everywhere.
Plants?
Yeah, they bring in that connection to nature. And of course, there are personal touches everywhere, books, photos, all that.
Makes it feel like home.
It does.
It sounds like a space designed for both creativity and connection, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. And, that open layout encourages those spontaneous gatherings.
So it's a reflection of their house philosophy, their values. It's all connected.
It is.
Speaking of connections, let's go back to the relationships with the other houses. We talked about the tension with the Azure Bears, the rivalry with the Crimson Tigers. Can you give me some specific examples of how this plays out?
Sure. Like, take athletics. Golden Eagles, they bring this unpredictable energy to the field. They're all about improvisation.
So they shake things up for the Bears and the Tigers.
Oh, absolutely. Their play-for-fun attitude can be a little frustrating for their opponents.
I bet. But it also makes things exciting.
It does. And then there are the festivals. That's where the Golden Eagles' creativity really clashes with the Tigers' need for control.
Right, because the Tigers are all about winning.
Exactly. And the Golden Eagles, they just want to express themselves, push boundaries. It can get pretty intense.
But sometimes, maybe, those opposing forces create something beautiful together.
Sometimes. Imagine a performance where the Golden Eagles and the Crimson Tigers combine their strengths. The eagles bring the vision. The tigers bring the structure.
The result is something truly special.
It can be.
It's a reminder that even rivals can find common ground. Okay, so we've explored the Golden Eagles as a house, but it's important to remember each student has their own unique journey.
Absolutely. Their own challenges, their own triumphs.
And I'm guessing those journeys aren't always easy, especially in a world that often values fitting in over standing out.
Right. Imagine being a golden eagle in a world that tells you to tone down your quirks, to follow the rules.
It would be a constant struggle.
It would. And that's what we'll explore the next part of our deep dive.
The individual journeys of Golden Eagles, their challenges, their triumphs.
And how they stay true to themselves in a world that doesn't always understand them.
Can't wait.
Welcome back. Even with all the differences between the houses, the clashes, it's all part of the learning process at Manheim. It's designed that way, to push those boundaries.
Yeah, it's like they say iron sharpens iron, right? So with that in mind, let's get back to those individual stories. We talked about some famous Golden Eagle alumni. What makes them so special, even in a place like Manheim?
It's like each Golden Eagle, they have their own path, but there's this thread that connects them all, this willingness to embrace who they are, to create their own destiny.
And that's what makes them stand out.
Exactly. Like Beverly Banshee. We talked about her immersive storytelling, but there's so much more to her journey.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
She wasn't satisfied with just writing stories. She wanted to, create worlds people could experience.
Step right into them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she combined her love of literature with illusion magic. And the result? These incredibly intricate, immersive tales. Like you could feel the wind on your face as you sailed across a magical sea, or the heat from a dragon's breath.
Wow, it's like virtual reality, but 1,000 times better. No wonder she's a legend. That's pure Golden Eagle spirit, wouldn't you say? Pushing those boundaries.
Absolutely. But it wasn't just talent. It was that unwavering commitment to her passion. She followed her heart no matter what.
And look where it led her. Truly inspiring. But I bet it wasn't all smooth sailing. I mean, creating a whole new form of storytelling, that must have ruffled some feathers, even at Manheim.
Oh, I'm sure there were skeptics, but Golden Eagles, they're resilient. They have this ability to, bounce back, keep pushing forward.
They don't give up easily.
Not at all. And speaking of unconventional paths, think about Professor Flavio and his teaching style. We talked about his methods, but what's it actually like to be in his class?
Okay, paint me a picture.
So imagine a classroom where the desks are constantly being moved around for, impromptu performances.
Performances. Okay, now I'm really curious.
The students, they're debating magical theories. There's this energy, this excitement in the air.
Sounds a little chaotic.
It can be, but organized chaos. Professor Flavio, he pushes his students, makes them question everything they thought they knew.
So no boring lectures?
No way. It's more like a collaborative exploration, everyone learning together.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, how does he assess his students? If there are no exams, how does he know they're learning? He believes traditional assessments, they stifle creativity.
Yeah, I can see that. So what does he do instead?
He might challenge them to, create a performance, something that demonstrates their understanding of magic.
A performance? Like what?
Maybe they conjure illusions to show the flow of magical energy, or they choreograph a dance to illustrate the balance between intention and willpower.
That's amazing. Way more interesting than a written exam. But what did the other professors think about all this?
Mixed reactions. Some admire his creativity, others are a bit more skeptical.
I bet. But he gets results, right?
He does. His students, they excel. They go on to do amazing things.
It's like he's challenging the very definition of magical education.
Exactly. And you see that in the Golden Eagle's most famous invention.
You mean freeform magic?
Yeah. We touched on it earlier, but it's worth exploring a little deeper.
Oh, definitely. Tell me more. What makes it so revolutionary?
Well, traditional magic, it relies on formulas, incantations, gestures, very structured. Freeform magic, it's all about spontaneity, intuition.
Adaptability.
Yes. Feeling the flow of magic, trusting your instincts, being creative in the moment.
So it's less about following a script and more about improvising. Like jazz.
Perfect analogy. And that's what makes it so revolutionary. It challenges the idea that magic has to be, rigid and predictable.
It unlocks a whole new world of possibilities.
Exactly. But mastering it,
Yeah,
that takes a special kind of skill set.
I bet. It's not for everyone, is it?
Probably not. It requires a lot of trust in yourself, letting go of control.
And that's pure Golden Eagle, isn't it? Embracing the unknown.
It is. And that spirit, that drive to explore, It's had a huge impact, not just on Mannheim, but on the whole magical world.
We talked about the Adventurers Guild, the invention of freeform magic, but what else? What other ways have the Golden Eagles left their mark?
Oh, countless ways. Think about Mannheim's library. That was their doing.
Really?
Yeah, they saw the importance of knowledge, of sharing it with everyone. So they created this incredible space where anyone can explore the world of magic.
It's amazing. A legacy of knowledge and learning.
It is. And then there's the Adventurers Guild. Those Golden Eagle alumni, they took that spirit of exploration out into the world.
Mapping uncharted territories, discovering lost artifacts.
Exactly. Expanding our understanding of magic itself.
It's like they're living, breathing examples of that Golden Eagle motto, follow your heart. They're not afraid to chase their dreams, no matter how wild they might seem.
And in doing so, they inspire others to do the same. They're role models. And their influence is still felt today, both at Mannheim and in the wider world.
It's incredible to think that a group of students could have such a lasting impact. It's a testament to the power of passion, of believing in yourself and your dreams. But let's bring it back to the individual students at Mannheim. We talked about the challenges of staying true to yourself. What about the challenges within the Golden Eagles house itself?
That's a good point, because even though it's a haven for individuality, it comes with its own set of expectations. We talked about that tendency to jump from one project to the next, that need for novelty.
Right. So how does that play out within the house?
Well, it can create some friction, especially for those who are still trying to find their place to develop their skills.
Because there's this pressure to constantly innovate, to be the most creative, the most daring.
Exactly. And that can be tough, even in a house that celebrates individuality.
It's like they're not just competing with other houses, they're competing with each other.
In a way, yes. It's a high-energy environment. Lots of pressure to stand out.
But it's also an environment that pushes them to grow.
Absolutely. It forces them to experiment, to take risks, to discover who they truly are.
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? But I guess that's all part of the journey.
It is. And it's a journey we'll continue to explore as we dive deeper into the world of the Golden Eagles. We'll look at how they navigate these challenges, the strategies they use, the lessons they learn. Stay tuned for more.
We're back, ready to wrap up our deep dive into the Golden Eagles. We've covered a lot of ground, their values, their traditions, even some of the challenges. But now I'm really curious about how individual Golden Eagles handle those challenges, especially those internal pressures. You know, being part of a house that's always pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic for sure. Because being a Golden Eagle isn't just about, expressing yourself. It's about finding your place within that community. A community that celebrates individuality, but also pushes everyone to excel.
So it's a balancing act, like stand out, but also be part of the group.
Exactly. And that's where mentorship plays a key role.
Mentorship?
Yeah, the older students, they really guide and support the younger ones. Help them navigate, the unique challenges of being a Golden Eagle.
So it's like a built-in support system.
It is. And it goes beyond just academics. It's about helping them find their voice, develop their own style of magic, discover their passions.
Passing down that torch of innovation, huh?
You could say that. And, that mentorship, it doesn't end when they graduate.
Oh, really?
A lot of alumni stay connected. They offer guidance, support, even years later.
Wow, that's pretty special. A real sense of community.
It is. And, that spirit of adventure, that willingness to explore, it's had a huge impact on the world outside Mannheim.
Yeah, we talked about the Adventurers Guild, freeform magic, but how have those achievements really shaped the magical world? What kind of legacy are we talking about?
Well, think about the Adventurers Guild. It's become this global organization connecting adventurers from everywhere. Their maps, their research, it's expanded our knowledge of magic in ways we never imagined.
All thanks to a group of students who just wanted to explore?
Pretty incredible, right?
Yeah.
And then there's freeform magic. It's not just a spellcasting style. It's a whole philosophy.
It's changed the way people think about magic.
It has encouraged them to be more creative, more adaptable, more in tune with the flow of magic.
So the Golden Eagles have really shaken things up.
Oh, yeah. They've injected this sense of, creative chaos into the world of magic.
And inspired countless others to follow their lead.
Exactly. It's not just what they've achieved, it's the inspiration they've provided. That's their true legacy.
It's pretty powerful. A reminder that real magic comes from breaking the mold, from being yourself.
That's what the Golden Eagles are all about. And, maybe, just maybe, this deep dive has sparked something in you, the listener.
Maybe you're feeling inspired to explore a new passion, to take a leap of faith.
Because the Golden Eagles, they teach us that it's okay to stand out. It's okay to embrace what makes you unique.
And use those gifts to make the world a better place. So, as we wrap up our exploration of the Golden Eagles, I think we can all agree they're much more than just a house at Mannheim.
They're a force of nature, a symbol of creativity, innovation, and the power of the human spirit.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Mannheim Academy. We'll see you next time, ready to explore another corner of this magical world.